When Natalie was 3.5, she was diagnosed with autism, and the doctors were so nice to us. They told me to be part of this program, Binder Autism, which is located in San Jose, and they have parent support. And they tells you, think about what's going to happen when your child is 18. You no longer will have a voice. So that's when I find out about guardianship, and I say, how do I start this?
It's a big area of need for when you have developmentally disabled individuals turning 18. At that point, they're legally presumed to be able to make their own decisions. And so if they're not able to, if they need to have a caretaker make decisions on their behalf, they need to go through this legal guardianship process to establish themselves as legal guardians.
And, you look out research and I say, oh, this costs so much money and this and that. And when I find out about the LAMP program that represents legal services, I reach out to Richard.
The LAMP project stands for Legal Assistance to Medical Patients, and so we're associated with several different hospitals throughout the state of New Jersey to provide legal assistance to low-income patients of theirs. So we deal with all sorts of different legal areas, from guardianships and Social Security to family law, immigration, housing. And it helps to provide another access point for these individuals to get access to the services that they need.
He helped me through the whole process, and it made it so easy and for us that we just have to go to court one day and that's it. And it was done. Also, we are getting some SSI for my daughter. I applied back when she was 7 years old. I went, they denied, they said she didn't meet all the criteria, even though I wrote all the doctor's papers and the school papers and everything. And I went to appeal. And when I went to the appeal, I went by myself. I didn't get any advocate. I didn't get any legal services. Basically, they say, I'm sorry, but she doesn't qualify. And I said, yeah, but I pay cash almost all the therapies because in the school, there's not much that they could provide. And by that time, the insurance were not giving a lot of services either. So everything was coming out of pocket. So when the doctor asked me again, why don't you apply for that? And I said, I did. And they denied and they say, why don't you, go to the services? We
were able to step in and represent Natalie on the appeal, and we got her benefits approved for her. This is really an extremely important thing for her family and for other families of disabled children, because it's not a lot of money that you can get through this, but for our clients, that can make a really huge difference in terms of making sure that they're able to meet all of their needs. And I said, wow, I had to go with an attorney in order for them to see that this is real. This is what my daughter needs right now. So thank God for Richard again and legal services that came in and helped us out. One of the great things about LAMP is that we do deal with a lot of different legal issues and areas, and so we have situations where patients will come to us or patients' families will come to us with issues in several different areas, and we are able to provide them with all the services that they need. Being part of San Jose took me to legal services was the best thing that ever happened to me.